guys, today I'm filming my monthly makeup declutter for September. I actually did not film one of these in August, and that's because I only had one product I wanted to declutter, so I just saved it for this month. And I have a lot of things to declutter, but I also have some chopping block updates for you. So a lot of the decluttering was due to me doing my If I Had to Cut My Collection in Half series, which I will link for you. I just wrapped that up. And I also added in a bunch of products to my makeup basket this month that were fall picks, but I wasn't so sure about. I wasn't as in love with them as I am with some other things. So check out my fall makeup must-haves and my most recent Shop My Stash, and you will see how many things I have, especially lip products. I still have a lot more to test, but let's see what we've got here. I will start with some chopping block updates for you, and first are a couple things I did not get around to using this month, so I am going to keep them in my makeup basket to see if I get some use out of them, and then I'll make it a final decision, but I wanted to just show you them. So first would be this Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow in Solstice. I think this is so pretty, so unique, that I would like to have this in my collection, especially since it's just like one product, one single shadow. But I would really love your recommendations for what matte shadows to pair with this. Please, please let me know down below. That might make it easier for me to reach for this, but I feel like this is something I'll hang on to. These next couple products, I'm not so sure. First being the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Fire Dancer. This is a really pretty burgundy color, but it does have some like warm orange tones to it, and I love this shadow formula. This one is broken, unfortunately. I really used to love these type of shadows, and I still think that they're beautiful, but for me they end up being a little bit dark for me to wear like on a daily basis to work. But I would still like to have some in my collection. But I think that Huda Beauty Naughty Nude has some similar shades. I'll have to check, and I definitely want to use this before I make a decision on it, but it's possible I might get rid of this, which is so surprising because I really do love this shadow formula, and I feel like it's being discontinued. I only see a couple shades still in stock. And then I have a Jaclyn Cosmetics Shimmer Top Coat. I ended up getting all of them from her limited edition holiday collection. This is the deepest color, Frozen. And I would not have purchased this if I wasn't getting the other colors and if I didn't get it for such a good deal. It is like a slightly golden brown, but still like a deep brown. So I don't know. Part of me feels like I wouldn't be able to let go of just one. I would need to let go of more from this collection, but that's just a weird me thing, so we'll see. And then the other thing I have not used yet, this is hard to open, which is one of the reasons that I hate it. And the other reason is because this is so expensive for a tiny freaking palette. This is M Cosmetics Divine Skies and Faded Clementine. 3 shimmers, 3 mattes, love that ratio. These colors are pretty, formula is nice, but this is not an out of this world formula, and it's so expensive. And luckily, recently, I have just come to terms with the fact that I don't need to buy one of every M Cosmetics product. I think a lot of them are really nice. Some of them I absolutely love, but there are other things that I think are just fine, and I don't want something this expensive that is just fine. Even when I get them on sale, 20% off, they still end up being quite pricey, and of course, not a return policy. So I think that the thing here is that if I could sell this, I would do it right now. Just to give it away for free, I don't know that I could. So if you have any interest in buying this, I've used it like less than 5 times, please let me know. I definitely have some palettes in mind from my Cutting My Collection in Half series. I have some palettes in mind that I would love to get rid of through selling, but selling just seems like a hassle to me, but worth it to get some money back. So let me know your experience with selling, what platforms you have found to be easiest. And I also hate how large of a cut it seems like some of them take. So I don't know, let me know. I do want to, actually I feel like I could be pretty sure on this one that if I could sell it, I would get rid of it. But like these other ones, I want to try. This one I do think I'll end up keeping. So I don't know. That's how I'm feeling about these 4 products I've not tried yet. So as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of a few more things that I might be able to declutter, but I don't want to be acting on impulse. I want to think about it a little bit, and maybe they'll show up in next month's declutter. But now let's move on to the eyeshadows that I actually did use. And this first one is from Kulfi, the Zari Eyes Cream Shadow and Bronze Brocade. I had purchased this during the Sephora Friends and Family sale, but my friend Lauren actually decluttered hers to me, so I was able to return the one to the store. And I'm going to be reviewing this in my next video on the makeup I tried this month. I don't get it. I'm so glad I just got one, and I'm so glad it was a gift. Because I was interested in another color, I'm not gonna do it. This is not that special. I'm keeping it because I like it enough. And also, I wish there was a stopper in here because look how gross the packaging is. And I've only used this a couple of times, and that is just sickening to me. I don't like my makeup being messy and dirty. And, you know, when I returned the product to Sephora, they definitely thought it had been used because it looked like this, like brand new. And I was like, it's not, you know, but I understand they can't trust that. I wouldn't either, but like, how is something looking like this? That's so nuts. Anyway, this is not that special. So thankful that Lauren gave this to me, and I am going to be hanging on to this one, but I just want to let you know, I don't get it. Then something that I tried that I will be keeping is the Ciate Marbled Metals eyeshadow in Gilded. This is so pretty. So it looks like more of like a coppery color, but you can see that intense hot pink flash. There's some white pieces marbled in there. Very reflective and pretty on the eyes. So I will be hanging on to this one, and I have a new love for it. So I'm really glad I tried this. Next I have this little Natasha Denona Single Shadow in Sense, S-E-N-S-E. This is from the Zendo palette. I actually really like this one. You guys know I don't like dark colors on the lid, but I feel like this is as dark as I can go to give like a daytime smoky vibe. I am going to keep this for now because I like the color and formula, but you know, it's not something necessarily that I have to have. If I did not already have it, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. And then I tried another Jaclyn Cosmetics Shimmer Top Coat. This is the second to deepest shade. This is Glisten. I thought that this was really pretty. This is an interesting formula. It almost feels wet. Okay, look how much excess packaging there is. That's a little bit too much. I feel like that's part of Jaclyn's brand too, is lots of packaging. But this is more of a like thin formula. I feel like it needs to be built up. I like this more over a cream shadow to help it be more opaque. As compared to the Tarte, these are very pigmented. This is a little bit more of like a light medium opacity, but it can be built up. So again, I got that for such a good price. I like the color. For now, I'm going to keep this, but again, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it now, even if it was still available. We got some Natasha Denona palettes. So this is Mini Metropolis, and this makes me sad every time I look at it because these two right here are so boring. You guys, why did you include this in a little mini 5-pan? Maybe this is more complimentary to the full-size palette, but we do not need a almost matte cream, slightly like a clay color. We don't need that. And a 5-pan, are you kidding? I got this for these 3 shades. Over the past month, I wore these 2 and I liked it. It's pretty. I will be hanging on to it for now, but someone I could see myself like selling in the future. I just feel like they fumbled on this one with these 2 stupid shades. Then on the other hand, we have the Natasha Denona Peak palette, which was made for BoxyCharm. All of these shades come from some of her larger palettes, and I use this quite a bit. I wish there was another shimmer in here. You guys know, again, I could have done without this shade. This is slightly too dark for me to use as a setting shade, and it has more of a peachy tone than you would expect. But if you have like a light medium to medium skin tone, I think that would be a great primer setting shade or brow bone highlight. But I do think this is very nice. I'm really keeping it for these 2 shades here. This is such a unique color to me, Amhara. I really enjoy this one. So basically I do lid, I mix these 2 for a transition color, and then I will do crease, outer corner, lower lash line. So I actually did wear that to work a couple of times and I enjoyed it. Again, something that I'm going to keep for now, but would not go out of my way to get again. And then we've got some cheek products that I'm going to be keeping for now, but could maybe get rid of in the future. Fenty Beauty Bronzer in Shady Biz. I think this is fine. Not amazing. And I feel like, while nothing is wrong with it, there are just other bronzers I'm more excited to use right now, and I have a large collection. But this is also something I couldn't just give. I feel like I would need to sell this. And, you know, it's very lightly used. So again, let me know if you're interested. But, you know, it's a good formula. It's a good color. I just am not as excited to use it. Then we've got some blushes. Cover Effects Monochromatic Duo in Warm Honey. I don't use the shimmer side. I just use the matte side. I really wish that they would sell these individually because I feel like I would actually use it more. Something about looking at the product and only using half of it makes me sad. It's such a good formula, a really pretty color. I'm sure I have something like this. I think I need to probably go through my collection and do some swatch comparisons in order for me to actually let it go. Again, something I would want to sell. Then I have the Buxom Wanderlust Blush in Seychelles. I have not really liked this in the past because it has a almost like silvery shimmer to it for a nude blush, which confuses me. And I liked the makeup look that I wore it with this past month. It was using the more gunmetal color from the Natasha Denona Yucca palette, and then this was my blush, and Maybelline Lifter Gloss and Stone on my lips. I really loved that look. And really that look saved this blush for me, and I like this formula, so I am gonna hang on to that for now. I feel like pretty confident about keeping that one. And then we have the Becca Mineral Blush in Songbird. Really intense, but I am able to diffuse it quite nicely. This is so beautiful. I really do like this formula. Of course, it's not available anymore. And I kind of went back and forth on this one, but I feel like I want to keep it for now, but that's something that could, you know, maybe change in the future. So again, out of all of these like chopping block products, these are the two that I like enough to feel confident about keeping. But now getting into the products that I will actually be decluttering. I'm cluttering 18 things from my collection this month, which I think is quite a bit. For bronzer, this was very hard for me, but I am going to get rid of my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This is a great color on me. It's a very nice formula. I had panned this in the past, just a mini, and it took me eons to get through. I just don't feel like using this anymore, even though it's amazing. If I had a much smaller bronzer collection, I'd probably keep it, but I am gonna find a friend to pass this on to. If I don't, for some reason, then this probably would make its way back in my collection. It's much easier to let go of things when I can find a specific person to give them to, but we'll see. Then I have two cream blushes. This first one is the Kiko Rebel Bouncy Blush in Velvety Peach. My friend Amanda Alexander gave this to me a long time ago, and I really got a lot of good use out of it. I loved it. It's a great putty formula. It's a really pretty warm nude, but I have just kind of moved on from this. It doesn't show up on my skin tone as much as I would like, and because this is cream and it is older, I will unfortunately be tossing that one, even though it has a 24-month shelf life, which is pretty darn good. And then I also am going to be getting rid of this Beauty Counter Cream Blush in Cider. It's a very pretty shade. This one is a putty formula, so it is like a more like powdery cream blush, whereas this one is a little bit more of a tacky one. This is a super pretty color, but I just had to like break through the top layer recently. It had dried on the top because I hadn't used it in a little bit, and Beauty Counter is a clean brand. I'm not sure how long this is supposed to last for. The compact is gorgeous, they're refillable, but I don't like this as much as my other cream blushes, so I am going to give this to my friend Lauren. She has panned one in the past, so hopefully she would like to have that in her collection again. And then I've got 4 powder blushes. This first one, MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. This is the original, the oldest blush I have in my collection, I think like 2013 or something. I'm going to be keeping this as a makeup memory. My MAC days were just like so special, and that's when makeup was like really fun for me. And I just feel like my RMS blushes, you know, I thought Maiden's blush was close, but then I got Crystal Slipper. Crystal Slipper is closer to this color, and I feel like that is going to satisfy me when I'm wanting this type of look. So this is going to be retired. And then unfortunately I did decide to pass on Benefit Starla. This is a very pretty color. I wish it was just a little bit deeper so it would show up on my skin better, and because it is this shade and it's matte, it doesn't quite give me as blushy of vibes as I'm wanting, unfortunately. So that is going to be passed on to a friend. And then these are great. Nothing's wrong with these. They're beautiful. I just do not get super excited about the Tarte blush formula. So these have also like barely been used. So these are the Amazonian Clay blushes in Risque and Seduce. I know, too similar to have both of them. Tell me about it. But that is why they're going. I have plenty more fall blushes that I'm feeling more excited about. Then I'm getting rid of 3 highlighters. This is the one item I finally decided to let go of last month. The Vesca Stargaze Luminous Glow Highlighter in Moonlight. It just is very subtle on the cheeks, which I'm not into subtle highlighters, and it was just hard for me to let go of Vesca things since the brand's not around anymore. And I had one of every product that they had, but I'm gonna get rid of it. Same with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01, a very natural highlighter. And it looks very pretty on the cheeks, but natural highlight is not for me. And then this one is hard. This is something I'm going to want to sell. Maybe this one as well, because Laura Mercier is so expensive. But definitely this one. Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in Sparks. This is a little yellow tone. It ends up being fine on the cheeks, but this does not wow me as much as the iced shade does. I have other fall highlights that I like better, so that is going to go, which was a little bit tough for me. Then we've got some eye products. I have these mini Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots that I got in a holiday set. What is so irritating to me is that the stoppers are too small for the actual container, so they have 0 effect. You might as well not have them in there. It's so irritating. You can press these back down, but I hate that they are loose. That's very irritating to me. And you have this more coppery color Citrine, and then this pinky purple pink diamonds. They're pretty, but I don't need them. And I'm finally gonna let go of those. Then finally gonna let go of this Kaja stack in Orange Blossom. I really kept it for this lighter shade. It's so beautiful. If that was a single, I'd be all over it. And there's the second shade, more orange. And then you've got this nice deep brown. Very pretty, great formula, but I just am not getting as much use out of the other shades. I do have the Peach Madeline stack from them that I love for spraying. This is so hard and so surprising. I've had these forever, right? I have maybe never used them, so I would probably like to sell these as well because I don't think these are available anymore. These are the Urban Decay matte eyeshadows in Spike, which is a matte orange, and Relish, which is a matte red. So bright, but I don't really wear these type of shades. Obviously, I've never reached for them, and I have colors like this one, especially in palettes. And again, Naughty Nude from Huda probably has something similar to that. So I'm finally gonna do it, which is like so surprising to me. Then I've got 3 lip products, and I feel like I should have had more, but that's okay. I'll put them in next month. Clinique Almost Lipstick in Black Honey. Sis, I don't get it, okay? I thought about trying to pan this next year, but no, I have other things I would rather spend my time panning, like one of my thousands of lip glosses. This is just okay. Use it like once, I'm gonna give it away. Then I am passing on 2 of the Kaja Juicy Glass lip oils. I'm so fortunate to get PR from Kaja, and they sent me the 4 shades are available. So 4, they do have 1 shade exclusive to their site. And I did do a lip swatch video with these. These are 2 of the more sheer shades. I am keeping the ones that have more pigment, and I just want to pass these on to friends so they can try them too. This is a very nice formula. I just don't need all 4 shades because they're so sheer, and they do have the scent that is in the name, but it is lightly scented, which is great because this is Rose Hip Spritz. I don't like rose scents. And then this is Grape Glow Teeny. So these have a slight little bit of color, but mostly they feel nice and smooth and give a really nice high shine finish. And they have a little like bead in the top, which is cute and very Kaja. So I just, as I said, did not need all 4 of them. And I like to pass on PR to friends so they can try new things too. So guys, I know this was a pretty long video for a monthly declutter, but a lot of things I'm letting go of, a lot of chopping block products that I tried, and you know, my thoughts might change. I am hoping to maybe have a longer video for October and November as well while I'm getting through some more things, but I would love to hear your thoughts if you've tried these things, and I would love to know what products you decluttered from your collection this month. And where is it? Please give me some eyeshadow suggestions for what you think would pair nicely with Urban Decay Solstice. But I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.